Good evening and welcome to our Facebook Live this evening. My name's Jenny McCormack. Thank you so much for joining me. I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator and I'm based in the UK. If you're watching live, then do say hi, add a comment, let me know that you're here watching. If you have any questions, obviously you can ask those as we go along. Hi to Katie who's joined us. If you're watching on replay or on YouTube and you have any queries or questions, don't hesitate to comment, and if there's anything that needs to be responded to or answered, then I'll get back to you over the next few days. I do try and check some of the older videos because obviously people pick up videos from time to time in lots of different places. And if I've missed any recent comments, then don't hesitate to email me. The contact details are on all of my YouTube videos if you need a quicker answer than just commenting on the video. So I hope everybody is well. It's a lovely bright summer's evening for us here in the UK. It is the 10th of August on a Tuesday, and I'm continuing my animal theme week this week. Thought it was a little while since we'd done that, and so today we will be counting sheep, and the stamp set that we're going to use is a new stamp set in the Celebration catalogue, which is this one here, and it's a free stamp set that you can get between now and the end of September if you place an order for £45 or more. So that's £45 worth of product before postage and packing, and that can be from any of the current catalogues. It can also be in our clearance or any of our sales items, or it could be a number of kits. As long as your total is £45 or more, you can choose this stamp set here, which I'm going to show you. I know you can't see it particularly well there. You can also get the dies that match this stamp set. Hi Jeanette, which is this one here. And these dies cut out the sheep, but it also has a balloon and this lovely gate. And then we have a little banner, and we have some clouds, or they could be grass or bushes. So and it also cuts out the little party hat and a little star. So I'll show you those on the camera screen in a second, but thank you so much for joining me. So I'm going to switch cameras now over to my crafting desk and show you a little fun card with the sheep images from the Counting Sheep stamp set. So bear with me, I'm just going to switch you over and let's get cracking. So here is my craft desk, and this is the stamp set. As you can see, it's called Counting Sheep. It's a cling stamp set, so it has red rubber and foam mount, and we have 3 sheep images, so a sort of dancing one, a standing one and a jumping one. 2 sentiments: you're amazing and so glad it's your birthday, which is what I'm going to use today. A little bit of grass and a fun party hat. So these can be found in our celebration brochure, as I say, available to the end of September, and a lot of other things that you can get for free. So £45 spend in our catalogue, any catalogue. Hi Carol. You can choose this sheep set for free, and there's some great examples here. This one here doesn't even feature the sheep, it features the clouds. These have been cut as clouds and the little sun coming out, and then you're amazing. And then as you can see here, we've got a background of sheep. We've got a sheep here on the chocolates, Amazing You, and they've used the playful alphabet set there. I love the little banners there. And then these 2 here, as you can see, feature this lovely fence. So I think this is a really useful fence or gate post. We've got them in white here, and obviously in a crumb cake or similar here. So really useful set. So £90 spend would get you both of these absolutely free. You can't buy these items, so they can only come as a free item. There's lots of other items in here that you can get for free. If you haven't got your copy of the catalogue yet and you would like one, and you're in the UK and you don't already have a demonstrator that looks after you, I'd be more than happy to help you. Just comment and I'll get a catalogue sent out to you. So let's have a look. So this is the stamp set, and I thought what I would do is stamp some sheep going round in a circle. So I had a quick go. I might change this round a little bit and have them in these corners rather than top and the bottom. So I've got this one upside down. It would be great for the Give It a Whirl dies as well, because you could have them spinning round. So that's something I might do with these later on. Got plenty of ideas in place to use them, and I'm just going to stamp them fairly simply and do very light amount of colouring. Probably use light smoky slate as my blends pen, and maybe give them some little black faces, I'm not quite sure. So I'm going to use my Stamparatus, and I've got a piece of card that is 4 3/4 inches by 4 3/4 inches. If you need to know what that is in centimetres, let me extract my ruler here. Let's make sure. This is approximately 12 centimetres square. Yeah. Okay, so let's move the stamp set out of the way. So I'm going to keep this one fairly simple this evening. Jeanette, thank you so much for your very kind and lovely card which arrived this morning. Beautiful card, thank you. Right, let me just wipe this down. So if you don't have a copy of my Stamparatus template, it is available on my YouTube channel, and it's also available here in the Facebook, on my Facebook page. So I'm thinking what I might do is stamp the sheep up in this pointed corner. I'm not 100% sure. I'm just going to give it a go, see what it looks like. And I'm going to do that maybe just on 3 edges. What I do like about this stamp is they have cut out the centre, which you can see quite clearly there. It means you're less likely to pick up ink. If you press quite hard into the ink, you're less likely to pick that up. So this could probably go a bit further out, but let's just see what it looks like for the moment. Okay, so there's one, and I'm using black Memento ink. As you know, I don't normally use black, but there we go. Okay, I'm going to turn this round to the next point, just clunking my magnet back down. So I hope everybody's had a nice day. I haven't got my phone with me to see how many are watching or joining us, so I'll only be able to tell if you've commented, assuming that my computer plays the game. Okay, so 1, 2, and I'm going to pop this one here. So I'm just using the point, like so, and then I'll decide what I want to do about the one at the bottom, whether I turn it round or whether I leave it like that. Okay, so let's have a look. So I sort of wanted this movement round, but that means I've got to have this that way on my card, doesn't it? Which is not necessarily going to work. So maybe what I'll do, so I quite like that as it is. So I could freehand stamp going over like that just to be awkward. I think what I'm going to do while I've got this one here is I am going to put one on the bottom so that this one I might use for something else, or I can cut these sheep out with my dies at a later date, because what I want is the look of the sheep, you know, sort of just jumping over. I wasn't going to use the dies today. It's going to keep it very simple stamping this week. So there we go. So let's take that off from there for the minute. Pop that out of the way. Okay. Let's see what I can do with these. So I've got So Glad It's Your Birthday, which I can stamp in the centre of that. So I think I will do that. Let me grab a piece of grid paper. The day has gone by so fast today. I'm not quite sure whether I'm coming or going. Okay, so let's just see how straight I've got that. Goes up very slightly. Let me just turn this over. So you can see it's not dead straight on the stamp, and I've not put the stamp on dead straight either. So let me just reseat that. So what I'm doing is looking at the line under the block. I think it's a little bit difficult for you to see in the shade, in the shadow I should say. So let's have a look. Let's try this again. And I've got a rogue hair there as well. Okay, that's nice. I like the style of the sentiment. It's quite relaxed style, even though it's capital letters. So let's pop one in the centre of here. It's going to fit nicely. There we go. Get rid of that hair. I thought I trapped it underneath the stamp for a minute. So there's that one, and I think I might as well do this one as well. So can you see I stamped this on the straight and this on the diagonal, same place on the Stamparatus plate, but I just started the papers in a different place. There we go. And then this one would be perfect to put something in the corners. So there is a party hat that you could add in here. And in fact, you could do that on the Stamparatus, couldn't you? For each corner, that would look quite sweet. So I might just try that, just to show you how quick and easy it is to use. So let's bring the Stamparatus back in. Try not to knock my cold drink over. Find my stamp set, and it's got this little party hat here. So it's quite a small one, but I think it would look quite sweet in those corners. I'm going to peel this off. I haven't got the backing on it. Let's do that. So that I've got my label ready. So a nice easy card for Tuesday evening. This time last week, of course, I was doing my quick run through, which wasn't quite as quick, was it? It was about an hour 20 minutes, but of the new catalogue. There we go. So there's my little party hat. Now I could just stamp it manually, but let's pop this on. So pop that in there, and that on there. I just want to get it centered in my square. So that square is just over about 12, just over 12 centimeters. So what I can do is put this in the corner in the knowledge that when I turn the paper round, it will be in the same place in every corner. I could manually stamp it, but it depends on how good your eyesight is and how good your stamping is as to whether you would then get it in the right position relative to each corner. So let's bring this in a little bit. Trying to think what else I could put in there if it wasn't a party hat, but I just wanted to use this stamp set for today. So let's pop that down. Okay, and I'm going to do that in Memento Black. I hope everybody can hear me okay. Let's have a look and see. Oh, lots of messages have just popped up. So hi Tracy, hi Kate. Oh, bless you, Kate. And Brenda, hi. Apologies. One of these days, Facebook will play the game. So I'm just adding this little party hat. It's going to go in each of the 4 corners. So hi and welcome to everybody this evening. So there's one. Just turning this round. As I say, if you're fairly confident or accurate at stamping, you could literally just stamp each of those. But this way I know that it's going to be equidistant from the corner. Give or so a millimetre. There we go. Just popping it in each one. So say this would be great on the Give It a Whirl dies. And I've got, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4 designs ready for our men's card class, or cards for the men I should say, because I know Brenda was interested in that, so I'll be sharing those later this week. And I do have the dates as well for my in-person classes, so you can choose now between an in-person class or class in a box, remembering that if you attend an in-person class you get the class in a box as well. So I have dates for August, September, October, November and early December for those. Okay, so might help if it was the right way around. I think that's so cute as it is. So this one here is similar, isn't it? So what I could do is I could cut this out with a circular die, potentially, or again I could stamp something in the corners, but let's work on this one for the time being. Just going to have a quick sip of my drink. So give me some colour suggestions, because then I can colour the party hat in the coordinating colour for the card. So if you've got some ideas, do shout them out and let me know. I'm just going to try light smoky slate and see what that looks like for our sheep. And I just really, because it's got some colouring in it already, I'm going to take my glasses off to start with. I'm just going to build this up round here. So the sheep are on Kate's wish list. I know animals are not everybody's thing, especially slightly cartoon ones. I know Carol's not a big fan of animals. Obviously children love animals, don't they? So they make great cards for children. So what I'm going to do is just put that little bit of colour. I might add a little bit of pink for the ear while you're shouting out some card colours, and then I can do the party hats accordingly. Okay, so let's have a look with a little bit, tiny little bit of pink. So I've got light petal pink, just on there, and a little bit for their cheek. And I mean, most sheep have quite dirty hooves, don't they? But mine are going to be a little bit more sedate and feminine. So let's add a little bit of pink there and a bit of pink, and then what I'm going to do is use the colour lifter just to take a little bit of that out. Like so, just to soften it. And I could make the feet a sort of a darker shade. I'm obviously going to do some of the grey all the way around as well. There we go. Okay, so let's grab a colour lifter. Just going to add a little bit around there and just blend that little bit of that grey as well. I'll hold it up to the camera because I appreciate you can't really see much of what's going on there. Let me hold it up to the camera. So I've got that. I hope you can see that okay. Okay, let me just see if you've come up with some colour suggestions. Right to Katie. Da, da, da. Oh, it's on your wish list. Hi, Christine. Oh yeah, some people don't like the eyes. Hi, Zana. Red, white and green. Oh, that's a good idea. Wouldn't be Stamping Up with the your conker animal. The donkeys, the goats, the zebras. That's very true, Christine. Very true. Good to have you back, Christine. We've missed you. Been away for a little while. Whether or not you've been away is another matter, but just not been with us live. I know you've caught up on some of my replays. So this is light smoky slate. I could also use light grey granite. That would also work. So I'm just going to go around these really quickly. So we've got a red, white, green suggestion from Christine. That's the colours of the Welsh flag, isn't it? I think. Okay. So just softening these lines really. Just using my colour lifter. Go. and sheep come in all sorts of shades of brown and black, so just you can make your sheep your own as it were. Let's just do this one. So today's the 10th of August. That takes us nearly a third of the way through already. Can't believe it. So these sheep are available free till the end of September, and it needs to be, as I said, £45 order, but that needs to be spent in one go. So you couldn't do, for example, £20 order 1 week and 35 the next. So you have to order together. Okay. So just softening that edge again. I think more than that. And there are some very nice other sets in the celebration. So if sheep aren't your thing, then I can guarantee there will be something. Lovely, some lovely dahlias, some fantastic papers as well. So hopefully there's something for everyone in there. Some fantastic glitter paper if you like glitter paper. Okay. There we are. Okay, and our last one here, and then I'm going to colour in our little party hats. So I've got 2 colours really for the hat. So I could do red and green. There we go. So with my other one, I won't do it today, but I might try some other colours of sheep for that. Let's do this. And I appreciate that you really won't see the difference with this blending pen colour lifter against the white of the card. You can't really, here it's a little bit more darker where it's wet, but it will just soften that edge and lighten it as well. I think what I want to do with one of the sheep is like Bar black sheep, so have a whole herd of white sheep, so layer them all together and then have one black sheep, and then maybe do Bar. I don't know if Bar black sheep is still a current nursery rhyme these days, whether it's still politically correct. I mean, it should be for a sheep, shouldn't it? But who knows these days. Maybe there's a verse that says Bar white sheep, is there? I know black sheep, have you any wool? So if anybody knows, let me know. Alright, have I got some shading on those? So I think I might have to do that. Whether I'll do that online, I don't know, because I've got lots of other animal stamps I want to use. But then I could do another animal session for the first week in September, couldn't I? So maybe I'll do that. Do that then. Okay, so I'm reckoning red and green. Let me just see if anybody else has added any comments. Zana says yellow and green. Oh, Kate loves the donkeys. Hi, Linny. Yeah. Oh, you've never heard of a Baba white sheep? Well, now I'm going to have to, somebody's going to have to Google it. Go on then, Lynn, you can Google it for me. I'm going red and green as Christine's suggestion. Just with the blend pens. Now, these party hats are quite small, but let's see. It's quite a deep green, isn't it? It's almost that sort of green, which is Call Me Clover, which I won't have card for. Let me see then. So I've got real red and maybe just jade or shaded spruce. Might get away with that. Or poppy parade and shaded spruce. That's a bit brighter, isn't it, for Welsh colours? Kate thinks there is a white sheep version in primary school. It's not been official. Good point, Kate. Okay, so glasses off. So I've got light shaded spruce and light poppy parade. So I'm going to make this one green hat with red spots, and then in the opposite, the next one opposite down here, I'm going to do the reverse way round. So this is green hat, and then these are going to be green spots. So, and I'm turning them round so that I'm not leaning across the card in case I've got ink where I shouldn't have. And this is just going to go in between. There we go. Voila. I do have some family birthdays coming up in August. There we go. Okay, so glad it's your birthday. Sweet. So I'm going to pick out those colours then for my card. So I've got Poppy Parade and Shaded Spruce. Grab those. There we go. They're quite good Welsh colours. Okay, so this is 4 3/4. So what I'll do is I'll do one at now I'm going to do red onto green like that, or green onto red. I think I prefer that one, green onto red. So I'm going to make this piece 5 inches square. So I'm just going to cut it to a card blank size first, so I know that that is the right size for another card, and then cut this down. So 5 inches by 5 inches, which is about 12.7 centimeters. Let's have a look at that before I do any more. There we go, and that's going to go onto a red card then, but I'm going to cut at 5 1/4. Take those pieces out of the way. So 5 1/4 inches, and that will make it 10 1/2 inches. Just free up some space. So 5 1/4 for a score line, and then the whole thing will be 10 1/2, if I've got my maths right. Right, let's see what Lynn has to say as she's sussed it out. Okay, Lynn has found Bar White Sheep alternative. How exciting. Right, just find a bone folder. So there we go, green onto red. Works really well. Thank you, Christine, for your suggestion. So I'm just going to lay that down with some adhesive. So I'm just using seal for that. See what Lynn has to say. Bar White Sheep, have you any wool? No sir, no sir. Needles full. Fill. None to make a jumper, none to make a frock, none for the little bit with holes. The little boy, presumably with holes in his socks. Oh, now that rings a bell. There you go, you see, you learn something every day when you come here. Might not be anything useful at all, but hopefully you'll learn something. So here we go. So making sure my card opens sideways on, which is what I want. I could have it as a top fold, but I prefer a side fold because then it tends to sit better. So there we go. Let me just check back on my screen. Lynn's never heard of it ever, she says. Yes, I do remember the boy with holes in his socks. I do remember that. Okay, so let me bring that up to the screen. Hope you can see that. And I could add Wink of Stella to my sheep to make them a little bit sparkly if I wanted to. So I've got this one here, and I could put the party hats in there. Actually, I wonder if the party hats will fit on the sheep. Let me just grab that quickly. They might not do in that corner. Let's have a look. see. Just grab this block here. It's a little bit big, really. So I was thinking I could put a party hat. That would work, wouldn't it? Now, I'm going to risk stamping this, but I might. So what I have to make sure I remember is there's a gap between the bottom of this stamp and the bottom of the hat. So I don't mind if there's a little bit of a gap. My little index plate should help me. If I make a mess of this, hey ho, it doesn't matter. It was my practice one anyway, so let us see. Whew. I've done it once. That'll be it now. Ooh, a little bit further down. I could cut these out, I suppose, couldn't I? Fussy cut them. There we are. Not bad. Not spot on, but I think for a handmade card you could get away with that. So one of these is a bit closer, so I'd put that one at the bottom so you don't really see it. And I'll finish colouring that in and layer that one up. There was another suggestion for colours of cards, so I will do that. Was it yellow and green maybe? It's also Irish colours, or is that just green and white? I think it might be. Anyway, there we go. So that's our finished card. This one I'll have a play with. So thank you for joining me this evening. We have a fun team meeting planned tonight, so looking forward to that. Let me just hop back and say hi to everybody. Thank you, Jeanette. No bags full. Oh yes, no needles full. None to me who jump and none to me in front, none for the little boy with holes in his socks. Yeah, I definitely remember that. So hi and welcome back. Thank you so much. Thanks, Lynn, for looking up that Bar White Sheep's song. I have definitely heard of that. So there we go. Must be an age thing, maybe. This is just why Lynn hasn't heard of it. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me this evening. I will be back tomorrow, Wednesday morning at 10 AM with another animal themed card. It won't be the sheep again tomorrow. We've got a choice of penguin, bears. I'm going to leave the reindeer for the Christmas stuff. So penguin or bears for tomorrow. So if you have a preference, comment and let me know. It'll be the other one on Thursday, whichever one you choose. Thank you so much, everybody. It's been lovely to have you join me. I really do appreciate your company. Time for a quick cup of coffee before my evening meeting starts. Thank you, and you know where I am. If you need any help or assistance, please just shout. Thank you. Carol hasn't heard of it and she's older than both of us. Maybe it's a southern thing, I don't know. Bears on Thursday. Okay, Kate. Bears on Thursday, penguins tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. Take care now. Cheerio.